Good evening and welcome back to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and TJ Newsham along with you. We just saw the Lady Dukes win that first game of the double dip. Now Coach Chris Watts brings his group out. And when you look at this team, you'd say, boy, Coach, they're 2-6 on the year. They must not be having a very good year, but that's contrary.
Well, you know, it's one of those things, again, as a coach, you're going, okay, you've had 4 games, I believe, combined 19 points.
Yes.
So you've got 19 points. If you have that, you know, you mix it around a little bit, and all of a sudden you're 6-2. You're different feel for everything. Your 2 losses against a very good Elma team by 20 in the Mount Pleasant. Perennial power right now, undefeated in the Saginaw Valley League. So would not register on the bad losses. You've got to take a look at your 4 losses, and again, go back to it with leads in the fourth quarter. You know, leads in the fourth quarter against Swan Valley, leads in the fourth quarter against Shepherd, leads in the fourth quarter against Stanton. Quality teams, but what can we do to get over that hump? And the Carrollton is going to pose a lot of challenges for them to get to 3-6 tonight. But you want to know, if I know anything about Coach Watts, is he's going to figure out, he's an engineer, so you know he's going to sit back, he's going to figure out these little things and try to figure out how to tweak his team in that fourth quarter to not give up those leads.
And when you look at that game times 4, coming down to just a couple of possessions, being able to finish what you started. Frustrating when you play 29 minutes of great basketball and then you make some mistakes down the stretch. He thinks his players are playing a little tough and tentative right now and a little tense and tight. And I think once they get over that, realize that they're capable of making those plays in the last 3 quarters or the last 3 minutes of a game. This will be a fun team to watch down the stretch.
Well, you know, a couple years ago, looking at this group of seniors, Denham, I believe Mahar, Jopic, watching them grow into this program, you thought this was going to be the year that they were really going to be able to step up. Now, again, 6-2 is so much greater than 2-6, but Coach Watts is building this team for the postseason. He did it for the last couple of years. He did it when he was at Bay City Western. He continually builds his team each game, building on each game, building on each block, so that come March, they're going to be playing their best basketball. And we talked about that in the first game. You know, that's what you really want to be able to do, and that's what he's known for.
This game, I believe, comes down to one word for Garber, and that's tempo.
There's going to be 2 sides of it. Carrollton's playing at a very good rate. They lost a couple games early, one to Valley Lutheran. Valley Lutheran was undefeated, loses to Swan Valley last week, and on Tuesday, Carrollton goes into Swan Valley and beats Swan Valley handily. So, you know, they're playing at a little bit different confidence level right now, which, you know, they're real confident. Garber's, you know, they're not quite sure how to get over that confident tweaking, but the tempo that Carrollton's going to try to impose is going to be what we've seen with the Lady Dukes. They're going to try and press. They're going to try and create turnovers. And the one thing, if Garber can take care of each possession, value each possession, make sure that each possession is a pot of gold, as Coach Sullivan used to say. Every time that ball is like a pot of gold, you take care of that thing, and the good things will happen. So, you know, if Garber can maintain their poise, you know, get Carrollton a little frustrated, make them play defense.
Well, it's going to be fun. We're in the last minute here, getting ready to bring all the game action to you. That concludes our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show. Back for all the game action in just a moment on Bay County TV.
Ow, ow, ouch! My hip, my knee, my joints feel out of whack. Ow, ow, oh my! The pain, I can't take it anymore.
Here we are, back ready for all the game action tonight. Jeff Doan and TJ Newsham along with you. This is going to be a fun game tonight as the Cavaliers are well attended on their bench by coaches and players.
I tell you what, they only announced 1 assistant coach. I looked down and going, which one is he?
There's 5 assistants out there. The opening tip is Jalen Curry going up strong and high. So that opening possession of the ball game will go to the Cavaliers.
Little matchup zone that Garber's employing right now, trying to slow that pace down, make them move the ball around a little bit.
And they're used to pretty much a man defense, so this really will control their offensive tempo. And that key person certainly is down underneath. And the ball goes out of bounds.
Fortunately for Garber, that's a shot you want. You want the deep three. They didn't get one touch on the inside there, and that's exactly what Carrollton needs to do on the offensive side against the zone.
End of the offensive set. 8th-year senior, it seems like Spencer Maher. That one is gone at the other end, and just that quick volts with the deuce. But Maher seems like he's been here forever.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's a name, and it's always Spencer Maher. It's not like his brothers came and such before, as McFarland comes back through with deuce for the Dukes.
Boy, nice job with the nice soft kiss off the glass. First minute of the game completed. We're tied at 2.
You know, the length of Garber with Denham and Van Ogden and Joppich. Joppich real athletic down there, number 2 for the Dukes. You know, this can pose some problems. This isn't a bad defense to employ right now.
And you got to look to Van Ogden as that active man in the middle, as he can flash up to the high post defensively too. Nice job defensively. You give away that fadeaway 10-footer to number 34 Curry, and you'll have to give him that shot and tip your hat if he makes it.
Well, you know, the thing is, if he makes 9 out of 10, that's bad coaching, bad defense.
Joppich with a great feed as the defense looked like they were thinking Denham was going to let it fly. They took a step towards him. He realized it and dished it off for a nice assist for the Deuce.
Last time down on the offense there for Carrollton, they did get a touch inside. And again, when you get the ball touch inside and get that ball swinging side to side.
With a great job on the backside, missed by McFarland. Backside rebound, fight for the loose change, and it comes down to Thomas off the miss. Thomas looks to finish, goes right around Maher, and finishes in style.
I tell you, Volts, the freshman for Carrollton, was coming down. I think he was hoping they were going to toss a little ball up there for him.
As they're moving around right now and around the perimeter.
Man-to-man defense by the Cavaliers.
Dunham's got a great look from about 12. Just inside that free throw extension. You'll take that look all night. Just a little strong on the offering.
Well, I tell you right now, they've only got one basket, Carrollton does here, in the offensive set, and that was that fadeaway shot that you're going to live with. The other ones come off the turnover and coming on transition. So you talked about tempo before the game. This is something right here. This is exactly what Garber needs to have done right now. Make them have to move the ball around in that offensive set.
Well, there's a great open look, though, and Anthony Thomas squared up from the corner. And he dropped the 3.
It's a nice screen. You know, people don't think you can screen the zone. They screened the zone that time, and then by screening the zone, they definitely had. I'll let you take that one. And a nice.
Woo! Slam, bam, jam with a great explosive step down the baseline. Jake Denham finishes in style.
Tell you what, we're talking about one end of the court now. Look at a little pep in his step. Now he's coming back with a big rebound. I tell you, everything was set up, though. You know, they come down, eyes are on the guy with the ball. They lose track of Denham, and I'm thinking, if this guy leading the team in scoring 13 points a game, how on earth are you losing him?
He's the one you got to keep your eye on. He is the one that will definitely make it happen for this team. He is the most explosive of the pure shooters on this club, I believe.
True, very true. He can score in a multitude of ways, and as you just seen, he likes to take the high percentage slam jam.
Well, and he went against the defense, too, and that was right up against number 34 Curry, and he was not afraid. Denham is going to look to get off a screen here, and I think he's going to look to launch a 3. McFarland lets one go, and that's off the mark. I'll tell you what, Curry had that one fall into his lap flat-footed.
Tell you what, that was a good decision, though, by Denham. He made the right decision. He's made a lot of right decisions here in the first 4 minutes of the first quarter here against Carrollton.
Stepped on the line.
Sometimes you get down there and you start doing all this other, just go up with it.
Yep. Who you faking? Yourself is the only one that gets faked out of that.
Tell you what, Steve Linton was right on there as the official, the lead official down there.
Another one of my favorite guys in this game. Steve has been around for a lot of years and a great mentor to many.
You'll see him doing a lot of chatting around to the players, making sure that they know exactly what he's telling them and making sure that they're playing the game the way that the officials have to call it.
Van Ogden with a miss, and we got a foul at the other end as Denham tried to scoot up the floor, and Curry just kind of stuck that hip and leg out a little bit and picked up a cheapie.
Well, we talked about it in game one, man. There's just certain places you don't need to commit a foul. Right there, 90 feet from the basket, in this case a high school court, 80 feet from the basket is one of those spots that you don't want to commit the foul.
Yep, Curry will look back on that one and say, man, I gave one away.
Well, thankfully it was his first and not going to put him to the sideline yet.
They're moving it around right now. McFarland trying to go. And the ball was slapped out of bounds. Got some officials in the stands thinking there was traveling going on. I don't know what game she was watching.
Well, I tell you, you know what? Like I always tell our guys, you start listening to those people in the stands, you're going to be sitting next to them. So
now you start listening to them as an official, and they'll just make you smile because 99 times out of 100, they're not right.
Well, I always like the ones who they don't even know what the call is. 3 seconds.
Yeah.
3 seconds.
That's their favorite. First is just a little bit strong from McFarland.
Well, McFarland had the one deep three that flew over. He's a little excited right now so far playing in this first quarter here. And
well, you know that you're playing against an extremely athletic club in this Carrollton team, and they have the ability to score in bunches, but there's the double team, and we are going to have a foul on the floor.
Tell you what, you know, it's one of those things, again, where as a player, you're working your butt off, you're working your tail off. In the last second, right when you have the trap set or you have them kind of panicking, you just a little extra touch, a little extra love, unnecessary.
Great substitution right now for Coach Watts. He's probably not going to have these kids out for more than a minute or two, but, you know, high energy played, and you're going to need these kids fresh in the fourth quarter. So get that late first quarter change, and down with a little 18-footer coming up a little bit short from Williams. Nice rebound as the ball goes to Yapich, and he tried to guess where his teammate was. He was a little off balance, didn't want to come down and travel, and an unforced turnover.
Well, those are the ones that Coach Watts really will stress in the film session done either Sunday or tomorrow when they get together. You know, you're in this type of game right here. You're in a 2-point game. You need to take every possession. Every possession's got to be your best possession. You can't give away possessions.
But Curry loading up a 3 ball from 20. A lot of confidence. The big fella steps out and tickles the twine.
Yeah, you get the turnover down here, a 3-pointer down there.
Boy, I'll tell you, Carrollton is giving Garber the baseline if they're quick enough to get that first step to the hole.
Dorian showing no signs of his high ankle sprain that kept him out of most of the games early on in the season. He's a scorer, natural scorer.
Well, he's got the brace. Quickly down the floor, they come 2-on-1, and this is going to end up the good way for the Dukes as they beat the Cavaliers down the floor, and they're back to within a point with $1:50 left in the first.
Tell you what, good substitution there. Dorian comes in, gets the points, comes in, gets a rebound, and won't get the assist in the stat sheet, but I tell you what, that lead pass and not looking to dribble, looking to get that ball up the floor, led to that easy deuce.
That lead pass was cat, as in perfect. $1.50 left in the first. Carrollton really trying to find their rhythm offensively against this extremely active Goop defense. The Dukes playing good defense. You got to just credit Curry with that mid-range jumper.
Tell you what, he's had a couple of big shots, the 3-pointer, the fadeaway. That was the second one. You're going to have to live with something, and that's a shot you're going to live with versus having a wide open shot for a Fultz or a Volts or the Thomas.
You're going to get a hold down here, probably on Baugh.
Big sophomore that came in for the Dukes. Swart out. You know, a 6'6" sophomore, big body. Doesn't matter how big you are. I tell you what, it's all about the position game. Carrollton just got with the impeding his progress. Can't do that.
The old impeding the progress trick. And boy, McFarland thought about letting it fly. Dorian going to send that back up. They're going to reshuffle the offense. Just under a minute left in our first. That shot just off the iron, fight for the rebound. Swathard did a nice job to keep it alive, but it came down to the Carrollton Cavaliers.
Tell you what, you look at Dorian, you're going, man, he's a thin body person, and I tell you what, he goes in, he doesn't matter what size trees are in there. He's a natural scoring mentality.
Swathard underneath has the first one rejected and the second one as well, and he can't find it. And with 19 seconds left, boy, you credit Carrollton with getting back defensively.
Definitely a big defensive play. And, you know, again, we're talking 10 seconds left. You know, pull the ball back out. We're not seeing a lot of the IQ game that I thought we would see out of Carrollton on that one.
as they put that ball right down at the foot of Swathard at the end of our first quarter of play. The Carrollton Cavaliers 14, the Garber Dukes 11. Back in a moment for the second quarter on Bay County TV. Village Towing and Auto Repair of Carrollton and Bay City is here to help you in your hour of need with fast and friendly service. With over 30 years of towing experience, we know how to get the job done quickly and safely. From big to small, we do it all. Give us a call at 989-684-9607 for all your towing needs. As out of the break, coming back on the Carrollton Cavaliers, Jeff Doan and TJ Newsham along with you. Now we got Nick Page and Jared Doan on the cameras, and we got a new producer and director. We got to work on her name recognition here, but Natalie Doan do a fine job.
Absolutely. She's the glue that's keeping us together right now.
We're in trouble. There's a nice look underneath, and again for the third time, had that ball rejected, but I'll tell you, work hard, got a good look in there. He's just got to go up super strong.
Absolutely. You got a big body. You're 6'6", but I'm guessing about 220, 230. You got to be able to use that. Now they converge on them. Get the inside-outside game right there in the wide-open three.
I'll tell you, great look for Volts right now, but Curry, with that extra pass, he drew a lot of attention at the high post, found an open man, made it happen.
Well, he gets the attention for the obvious reason. That first quarter, he was shooting a shot. He was shooting it well.
Spencer Mahar from 21 up top. Denham had a three, and he passed it for a more open three. Very unselfish. Denham gets the dime.
We're going to see if they start looking at Curry a little bit more on the defensive side of it, making sure that they don't give up that inside pass. Make him catch the ball 30 feet from the basket.
Looks like Yapich is getting ready to come back into the game as that ball goes out of bounds, and it will go back over to the Carrollton Cavaliers.
Manny is an athlete. He's a talented player. He's long, and he's got a lot of good instinct, a lot of football in him is what he's got.
He's very active, and I'll tell you what, you need three active players on the backside of that 2-3 matchup.
Well, we're going to go to a little man. Let's see what Carrollton does with their man offense.
Boy, what a great move to the hole, but unable to finish. As fight for the rebound, and it finally comes down to Van Ochten. Mahar can't quite corral the ball as that pass was a little too strong.
Mahar's being guarded. Van Ochten's not being guarded. Keep the ball in your hands. Get cross half court. Let's get the offense set up. Again, an unforced turnover. You're down by 3 points. We can't keep having empty possessions. Got to cherish these things.
Jones Buckner just into the ball game, replacing Curry. Coming up on 6 minutes left as Delgado, which is a pretty familiar name in those parts of Carrollton. Shot is missed on the play by Sandoval. It's one and done as the rebound comes down to the Dukes. Nice look to Yapich, and he could not finish, but a great pass from Shamel.
And I tell you what, he read it, he's seen it. I think Yapich was just so almost too wide open. Is there ever such a thing as you're too wide open?
Spencer Mahar, great job, knew the defense was there, used all the high glass and got the deuce to drop. Delgado tried to spin. Mahar again, he's got Jake Denham with him. Mahar's gonna finish. He fakes it to Denham. It does the now you see me, now you don't. Deuce. The Garber Dukes up by 1. Carrollton needs a timeout. Back in a moment on Bay County TV. AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested transportation service. For over a decade, we have been helping our clients to get to their destination on time, in style, and comfort. AAA's services include non-emergency medical transport, wheelchair accessible, school transportation, and shuttle services. We strive to provide exceptional customer service and tailor our fleet to meet your individual needs. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. To set up your next appointment, give us a call at 989-893-8294. Back in Bay County TV, Spencer Mahar with a little Houdini move there before the timeout.
I tell you, the best part about that is we talk about this all the time. You got to make that defender pick one side of the midline or not. The defender stayed right in the middle, so technically he was guarding both players. So if you make the pass, which a lot of players try to do, you're making the wrong decision. If that player is still stuck in the midline, that is your shot to take, and he made the right decision. And he give the Dukes a 1-point lead.
But it was a great play because he just made the defender be aware that Jake Denham was there, and Jake has already had one splash tonight. So he says, I better just take a half step that way. And Mahar finished in style. As again, they had to get rid of that ball again. The Duke defense is really giving the Cavaliers a fits here in the first half.
Coming out of that timeout, they go back into a zone, little matchup action. That man-to-man was really causing Carrollton some problems. I tell you what, Schimmel came in and had a couple of nice knockaways. Mahar came back in, got a couple of nice knockaways. And then Denham's playing a little bit above the rim right now.
Jake's coming down the floor. That ball tipped away, and it will be staying right here. Love the chess match coming out of the timeout. Carrollton designed a play for the man. I think that he is using the man, Coach Watts, tonight, like Beeline will go to the 1-3-1 or just something for a couple of times down the floor to change the tempo.
You got to make sure, especially out of a timeout, and as a coach, and as you got to be able to have your guys adjust to situations such as that. And a great out-of-bounds play right there. Screen the screener, someone's going to be open.
And finished by Yapich. They're making it look easy right now. And the Dukes are really controlling that word that I called before the game. The tempo of the game is very much Garber Dukes right now.
And I tell you what, Curry hits that three, go up 17-11. Garber's on a 9-0 run. They mix in that man. They mix in a little bit of zone. They're getting some steals. They're getting some transition points. And they're making every possession count.
The defense, even the top two with McFarland out there and Mahar. Mahar, again, I think that guy's been here for about 15 years. Into the student section. Whoever got that ball taken to the concession stand, you might get a free bag of corn.
Tell you what, if that was the deal, I'd have been running down there first.
We'll work on getting you a bag at the half, Coach. Jake Denham gets that ball back up to the top. They're spinning it around right now. McFarland trying to go back. Mahar had a great look. Sends it back to Jake Denham. Jake says, I'm not going to take that shot right now. Nice pass inside. Not able to finish was Benny Davis, but he's going to earn two the hard way at the charity stripe.
Benny Davis is, for anybody that's watching this game that can remember about, 15 years ago, Nick Simpson from Bay City All Saints.
Yes.
Simpson was a 5'10 center. He was as strong as an ox, and you're looking at Benny Davis right now, who played guard most of his life. And Coach Watts said, "Hey, you know what? You're doing a lot of nice things down low. I need you to fill this role." And Benny, not pouting, not the three-point shooter, not going to quit, said, "You know what, Coach? Give me that role." And I tell you what, he's capable of putting up 6 points, 6 rebounds in his role right now, and he's at the free throw line hitting his second free
Nothing
throw.
but cotton.
And the lead goes to 5. I tell you what, 11-0 run here for the Dukes here in the second quarter.
It's a beautiful thing. As Williams is going to walk that ball up, too. He wants to take a look at what's Garber going to throw at me this time down the floor.
Well, I tell you what, they're extending the zone a little bit. They're communicating well. They're avoiding that touch, going right to the middle, right where Curry was getting that touch in the first. Their success early was getting that touch right around the elbow. They haven't quite got the ball in there because the effort that Coach Watts is having his guys make sure that their conscious effort is the right word I'm looking for.
Skip pass and a miss. Jake Denham fights for the rebound. Delgado ends up getting it. Now it's down on the floor. And Yapich might have shuffled the Tootsies because, boy, Davis was on his way down the floor, and you know he had finish in his eyes.
I think Benny was going to go make his layup anyway. I heard nothing.
Well, Curry quickly back into the game a minute ago for the Carrollton Cavaliers as they're really searching for offense right now as that Duke defense has been as good a defense as I have seen in any stretch this year so far watching basketball.
Well, they went back a little bit of man coming out of the out-of-bounds play. A little bit non-traditional. Most teams go to zone out of the out-of-bounds. I tell you what, they're keeping an eye on that shooter.
That ball from Curry was in the 517 area code.
And you want to know what? It ended up in the 810 area code.
Boy, and that was one of those shots where you know he could make three-pointers, but he was off balance, never really got set, and that thing was not even close.
Well, I think it was the man again. You know, they're expecting maybe a little zone look, maybe a little zone action. You know, a little zone action, you know, and all of a sudden, rather than a guy playing 3 feet off you, now your man's up on you. No, well, you commit to the shot. Some guys have the ability to alter that.
Day into the ball game as well, too, as he's going to be at midcourt just looking to put on a little token pressure. I think they're going to show a little man look again down here.
I tell you what, they've got him at 17. That good sagging man defense right there. Forcing that, you know. Offensive rebound.
Boy, and a nice look that time by Caleb James as they hit a big deuce for them. Now they're going to put on a little pressure. Boy, going to Yapich. Over to the offensive machine. He's looking to go up strong. Can't get the deuce to drop. He'll get 2 at the free throw line. Boy, that little pump flake got the defense up in the air.
Tell you what, you know, doing a couple push-ups this morning may have got that one over the hump right there. Jacob's going to be working on those push-ups tonight. I can guarantee his dad will be going, "Hey, we're not going to be leaving those and ones on the court like that."
That pick up another foul. That's the 6th team foul. It's a double iron in and out. And boy, when you see that double iron, you know that that shot is just a half-inch away from being there.
Well, you know, we like to get our guys to shoot the ball 14, 15 feet in the air, so you're just dropping it through the net versus kind of rattling it around. That's a little bit better shot.
Much nicer adjustment on the second. Back to a 4-point lead for the Garber Dukes with 2 minutes remaining in our first half.
Sticking with the man, but they had nice help.
With Delgado underneath, he rushed a shot, and we're going to fight to have it come down, and it's going to be Garber Duke basketball as they make another couple of substitutions. And it looks like Schimmel's coming back into the ball game as his first stint proved fruitful.
True, you know, but going back with their man defense with a little bit of a sag, they're trying to take away the passing, the dribble lanes. You know, so go ahead. We got a little timeout action.
Got a little timeout. We'll take one as well and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Hi, my name is Grace and I love music, but I've also struggled with depression. I wouldn't be here doing what I love if it wasn't for OK to Say.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a 2-year starter on the varsity football team, and with all the pressure building up, I've had thoughts of suicide, and I might not be here today without OK to Say.
Hi, my name is Haley and I just got into med school. If I hadn't got the help that I needed, I wouldn't have been able to pursue my dream of becoming a doctor. OK to Say saved me.
OK to Say saved me.
OK to Say saved me.
Don't hesitate to speak up.
Back here on Bay County TV, there's the maestro down on the floor, Coach Watts, as he has got to be smiling with the way that his team has performed here in the first half.
You know, he calls a timeout. You know, he's a guy that likes to make sure he utilizes his timeouts wisely. He's not going to yell at his teammates. He's going to be taking his time with his players and setting something up. And I tell you what, he drew up a 3.
Mahar, without a second's hesitation, just drained a triple. And with $1:20 left in the first half, the Dukes with their biggest lead of the night, up 7.
Well, you talk a chess match, you know, so Carrollton comes out, a little bit of a 1-3-1 look there. You know, maybe Garber drew something up for a man, maybe Garber drew something up for a 2-3. Well, they had to adjust, and I tell you what.
Boy, and that could have very easily been a charge. That was a close call, but going strong to the hole and getting the finish was Williams.
I tell you what, I got a little speechless there for a second.
Look at the nice job to the hole, unable to finish, but Dorian with a great job of making that quick burst to the hole.
Would have been a great finish there for him. Now with 40 seconds left, Carrollton comes back down, and it's a possession that he's going to wish he had back. Active hands by Schimmel. I tell you, I like that.
And the other end, forced up by Caleb James. He's looking for something that's not there. Look at Mahar. He's got that a Duncan yo-yo on a string. As Curry had that thing taken away. Davis wide open for the 3-ball, just off the mark. Thomas with the rebound and 16 seconds left. Probably going to have The last shot of this first half coming from the Carrollton Cavaliers.
Well, after pumping Benny up about not being a three-point shooter and taking it inside, he got a little excited on that three-point shot.
Thomas with the three ball out, and at the half, the Garber Dukes on top, 26-21. Oh, it'll be a fun recap of the first half. We'll set the stage for the second half in just a moment, right here on Bay County TV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients. With the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Good evening and welcome back to our halftime show. Jeff Doan and the coach TJ Newsham along with you. My key word in the pregame and during the first half was tempo, superbly executed by Garber in the first half.
I tell you what, their zone defense, their matchup zone defense really slowed Carrollton down almost to a point. 5 or 6 possessions down, they were making 6 or 7 passes, and that is exactly the type of defense that Garber wanted to play and the type of offense that they wanted Carrollton to play. So it ended up working out well for Coach Watts.
Looking at the 26 points offensively, efficiently run offense on their end of the floor, too, for Coach Watts.
Well, I tell you, they've got some wide open threes. Even a couple of the shots that didn't drop, they were still wide open. They were the right shot. You're going to look back and you're going to go, we'll take that shot 9 out of 10 times. The couple that they want back are going to be the layups. They're going to look back and go just a little too hard, a little too strong, bad angle. But again, you're shooting layups. You're getting layup opportunities against a very good Carrollton defense. So you're going to take those 9 out of 10 times as well.
Schimmel, Dorian, Davis, the big fella to Swathart. Those coming off the bench really gave them quality minutes in the first half too, kept the starters fresh.
Well, the big thing came in when Schimmel came in and they went to the man. He got a lot of hands, got a lot of deflections, just started causing havoc a little bit for the Carrollton offense. Those deflections led to layups, and we watched, and it wasn't, again, we talked about it earlier. Schimmel got the deflection. He didn't get the steal. He didn't get the layup, but if he doesn't do what he's doing on the defensive end, Swarthout with a couple of big rebounds down there, preventing Carrollton from having a second look, second opportunity. Davis comes down, he bowls his way down there, gets a nice foul. Dorian's weaseling his way around, sometimes like an eel. He's one spot, next thing you know, and then, as a coach, you're going, is he traveling? And, no, he's not. He's just, he got a little slippery little feel to him. So he's put some big points on the board, so the bench has stepped up. We talked earlier in the beginning of the game about Jacob Denham, the senior. He came in with a big dunk. He's not forcing. He's taking one jump shot. He did not make it. He's not forcing a shot right now. He's getting a couple of assists because of that, and he also was rewarded with a nice slam jam.
Mahar, the floor general's running a great show as well. Seems like that kid's been here forever. He's going to be a tough one to replace after this year.
I tell you, when my son played here a couple of years ago, and Mahar was one of the kids that came up, and it's one of those things where it's going, God, you're right. He's a 15th year. He's a veteran. He's getting veteran pay.
Boy, it's been a great first half right now. Coach is going to go in at the half and make a couple of adjustments for the Carrollton Cavaliers right now. Their coach has got a big job right now. He's got to refocus a frustrated group on the offensive end.
Well, I tell you, they got off to a quick start. They were hitting their shots. They hit a couple of wide open threes. They got to the lane. Curry hit a couple of not fadeaway shots. No, we're not talking Kevin McHale fadeaway, but we're talking, high school fadeaway. But then all of a sudden the lid came on the basket. They weren't able to generate. And then when you have to start manufacturing shots, and you start, when you start having to manufacture shots, your mind starts to go on a little bit. I think what you're going to see out of Carrollton in the second half is they're going to try and get some more traps all over the floor. They're going to try and get some deflections. They're going to try and score in transition. They want to put Garber back on the defensive. And then let's see if Coach Watts can get this game to the fourth quarter with a lead and see if his team is growing like he anticipates they will as the season progresses.
Tempo is the first word, finish is the second half word. We'll see how it all shakes. Great first half. Back for the second half action in just a moment on Bay County TV.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Good evening and welcome back. Jeff Doan and the coach, TJ Newsham, along with you. Don't look now, but a 5-point lead for the Garber Dukes at the half against a very talented Carrollton team.
Yeah, you know what? I think we talked about it at the half there, but I think these next 4 minutes, I think Carrollton wants to come out, reassert themselves, get back to the success they had early, get some shots, get some touches inside, work your game inside out, and go from there.
So Coach Watts comes out with a little man to start the second half. And obviously they want to get to Curry, and he finds a triple team. Boy, very lucky he didn't get a 5-seconder called against him. An offensive foul. Very nice job deep by Jake Denham. Perfect position on the floor. Well planted defensively. Maybe the easiest call the officials have had to make all night long.
So I've got a question. Without the arc, if he's inside the arc and he has position and he gets ran over, is it a block or a charge? What is
in high school, it's a charge.
Okay, that's what I wanted to confirm. I know a lot of people watch different levels of basketball. I tell you what, McFarland says, you know what, I don't need to, no one's talking about me at halftime.
I'll talk about this arc back here, the three-point arc, and I'm making it happen. He's had a real solid ball game as well. 8-point lead and a force to the middle. Jopic has got a 3-on-2 at the other end. Dunham is going to look to go, and he's got to put that orange on the floor.
He may have taken 4. I'm not sure how. He'll call me after the game and say, Coach, I didn't travel.
He said that was 2 and a hook.
I didn't gather it. I didn't even have to gather.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, the way he was going to the hole, too, that would have brought this place down if he could have put that one down and being up 10.
That student section down there, it's nice to have the women's game, the girls' game in high school before the boys, where everyone's in town. It's not split. You're not across town. Beautiful.
There's a forced shot going up in the air. One and done. Nice job by Van Octon. Get the rebound, turn away from the defensive pressure so they can't get it. Maher to McFarland. He pulls up for a 17. Halfway down the hole and out. And at the other end, it's going to be a kiss off the glass for Williams. Boy, there is a 4-point swing in 10 seconds.
I tell you what, it was a great shot by McFarland, just rattled out. But I tell you what, Carrollton, give them credit. They weren't looking to slow it down.
Well, and I'll tell you, McFarland will take that shot over and over again. Jopic going to the hole, can't get it to drop. And he is going to get the foul. The coaching staff over there was looking for verticality, but they were watching a different game.
I tell you, that it's a lot of times they'll look at the body. They're not looking at the hands.
Angle.
Yeah, they're looking at so many different things. That official, that's right on top of it. Jopic with the free throw miss. Free throws as a Achilles for Coach Watts. He hates missed free throws. Hates is a strong word, and he'll use it.
Boy, Jopic knew that was in because he let it fly, and he was backpedaling before that thing even hit the cotton. Nice adjustment on the second.
That's what he'll tell us.
Down on the baseline right now, Curry with a little 15-footer. I'll tell you what, he's got a nice shot.
Oh, he's fantastic, and I tell you what, credit the freshman for going baseline and finding the wide open Curry.
Jopic thought about the shot. He goes, let's send this thing back out to the floor general here, reset the show.
He had a little Chris Watts on his shoulder is what he had. Don't think of it.
15 just off of the free throw extension, rattles it home. Sometimes when a shot rattles home, watch out for the next one because he's starting to get a little confidence.
Tell you what, he rolled in on that one. He hasn't taken many jump shots. It's Jopic right there with the defense.
And they get a miss. At the other end, Jopic is going to go coast to coast against Curry. Look at Jacob Denham down the floor, getting the loose change. Carrollton Cavaliers, they got to take a TO, baby. We'll take a break as well and be back in a moment on Bay County TV. So your car is getting towed and you're not sure where to take it? Tri-Village Towing and Auto Repair. Our expert mechanics are here to help assist you with all your repair needs. We have over 30 years of experience with motor vehicles, so you know you're getting the best work that you can find. Stop by the shop at 2377 South Huron Road in Carrollton, or give us a call at 989-684-9607. Coming back, looking at Jake Denham real quickly as we get back to all the game action now. Down 9. This is a very important possession with 5 minutes left in the third here for Carrollton. Let's see what they do out of the timeout. They're going for a 25-footer. I don't know that that's what was drawn up. As Jopic comes down the floor, he's going to just take his time. Look at McFarland wide open for a 3-ball off the mark, and it's one and done as Thomas gets the rebound back.
Tell you what, the two things.
Offense, easy call.
Easy. Two things happen there. So they come out of your timeout, they run the old All-American play, run them down, have them come up through a double screen at the free throw line. You obviously have enough confidence in Thomas there to make that shot. Okay, come down on the other end. McFarland, he catches the ball. Now, I'm going to call travel from up here. You're not set. You're not. If your feet are doing that, and I can see you doing it, you're feeling it. Don't take the shot. Don't take it. Live to shoot another shot. Live to shoot another day.
And on here down there, I don't like to call a timeout and have a shooter settle for a 24-foot jumper. I know he's a good shooter and it's a confident shot, but boy, coming out of a timeout, I want a little higher percentage than that. Look at Maher going to the hole. Doesn't get it to drop. They're going to get another chance on the offensive end. 4:28 left. Look where they were up at the half, and look where they're up now. The Dukes have taken another step forward in the second half.
Well, we talked about 4 minutes, important for Carrollton. You know, let's not take anything away from Garber and how important the first 4 minutes were going to be for those guys as well. And handling the ball, handling the pressure, finding shooters that are wide open,
that are squared their feet down. What do we got here? After the basket, we got something.
We got a basket made and a foul on Swartout with a little takedown.
Boy, they'll take that exchange, though, a triple for a foul.
Well, I tell you this, though, you know what constitutes the made basket? Was it because there was a shot before the foul? Is that how the referees are going to make that call?
Correct.
And thank God McFarland's got a quick release.
Oh, and boy, he was squared up. Curry with an off-balance shot.
Looked a little double pumping, little like a clutch.
Oh, and we have got Jopic standing on that sideline, and he was saying I had a little help getting over to that spot. And, oh, my goodness.
I tell you what, your toes have nothing to do with your arm.
Yep.
Tell you what, Sevilla was giving him a little anatomy.
Well, you know what, though? It was a nice conversation, and Paul just explained himself, and I think that was very well done. Thomas back up top. And look at the big fella. He gets the rebound, and they get that ball down the floor. As Day's going to get that ball back to Jopic, and look, he wants to go to the hole. He drop steps. He gets a lot of attention. The big fella gets that ball back out top.
Yeah, there's an opportunity right now. You haven't got anything. Let's run something. Let's get something good. Get something at the basket. Got it at the basket. Did not finish. There's another 60 foot away from the basket. And unnecessary foul.
Well, you got to credit the pressure that Day was trying to put on him, but you got to be smart. And here comes a great player, Dorian. Let's see what he can add to this offense as Jake Dunham gets a rebound, or gets a break.
Van Acton comes back in as well, giving Jopic a little bit of a blow. You know, you get 5 minutes out of him. You got 5 good minutes out of both those guys. A lot of good effort on the defensive end. Got a couple good baskets by Dunham, and now let's see if the bench can do what they did in the first half and keep this lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, Carrollton has really gone with a short bench tonight, too, and that surprises me with 14 people on it.
Well, you know, watching them in warm-ups, I think we both kept looking, going, man, they got some guys who can shoot the ball. They got some guys, but they're relying on a small, select number of those guys. This one of them, Curry being one of them.
Yep. There's a beautiful look that time from Thomas. He was squared up and let it fly. I think the defense is really being conscious of where Curry is on the floor, and it's given a little space to some other people.
So the one part of it, they've given up 28 points almost through the third quarter. You can't ask for a better defensive effort right now with what the Dukes are doing.
And again, they're showing patience on offense. They got a little weave going. Long 3-ball that's over the mark from Van Acton.
You're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong, but was the shot clock running down?
Not that I know of. Another quick shot, though, by Carrollton trying to get back in it. And one and done as the rebound comes down. Into the offensive set come those Garber Dukes. Nice look to the hole. And we have got a collision And it looks like number 24, Riley Day, is going to go back to the free throw line. Boy, the defense had time to roll over, but he was a split second late. I don't think he wanted that collision that was coming from Day, who had a full head of steam.
When you're bracing yourself for the contact, you're not wanting it. You're already thinking this is going to hurt, and I'm just trying to make sure that it hurts very little.
Well, they made sure that if you were going to stand there and take it, you were going to hurt. First free throw is off the mark. Again, some tough misses at the free throw line tonight for the Garber Dukes. You hate leaving those points.
Tell you what, they had good ball movement there with Day getting the ball in the corner, and rather than doing a little weave coming back to the top, he caught the ball without hesitation.
2:13 left. The Dukes looking for a 10-point lead. Can't get it as they leave 2 at the line. Quickly down the floor comes Williams. Gets his hands back on the ball. Thomas directed some traffic as they go back underneath. Great job. Curry standing over here on the backside all by himself, and they can't find a way to get him the ball.
They're getting a little stagnant on their offensive side of it. Nice shot there.
Thomas with a couple of strokes in a row down the floor has brought this back to 7.
Little weave action again coming back down for the Dukes. Not switching it. The Cavaliers are staying with their man. They're not switching. That's got to go the other way. I tell you, here's the worst part. When you load up, it is so obvious that everybody sees it.
And that was an easy call.
Oh, extremely. And I tell you what, quick Maher back in the game, Schimmel back in the game, and Jopic back in the game, trying to get a little bit of that defensive edge that they lost when they went to the bench.
And that's all right. They got about a 2-minute blow, so they'll be able to get another blow here at the end of the quarter.
Oh, he just walked.
There's an over and back.
Yeah. Well, there. Now it's going to go to the baseline. No.
Nope.
That should go to the baseline.
It's back.
No, because where he got underneath the free throw. That's another thing that players don't understand is if it's over and back, just get it as quick as you can.
Yep.
Now you're giving up a basket, potentially a shot underneath the basket, a little baseline out of bounds.
You like the baseline out of bounds better than the sideline?
I don't want to give up a baseline. No, I would rather have you pass it in 40 feet from the basket versus a foot and a half. As you've seen right there, they weren't going to get that layup opportunity at half court.
It's a game of angles, though, and the baseline angles are a lot different, but they pick up an easy foul. Jopic really wishes he had that back, that he could have got the finish out of it, but the foul came before he went up with the shot.
Nice drive
down the hole, and Van Octen is hit. He'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Tell you what, Steve Litton comes in with that call right there. Sevilla didn't have it on his side of it, but again, you're watching a very small number of things out there. You got your 3-man crew, and if it was a foul, if a guy comes across the shoulder,
That's Trail's call, though. You take that portion starting to the hole from your area all the way to the basket. And the lead's position down there is going to be to take the pass or take the rebound in the first competitive matchup.
Right.
So that was definitely Steve's call from the trail all the way to the basket.
But you get all the officials out here in the crowd and coaches who think they're officials. They're going, why is the guy in front of it not making the call? Well, you got to read your book.
Yep. They don't have a sniff on the book. Second free throw is up and good. A couple of big free throws.
There's a book? I thought that was a suggested guideline.
The basketball book is Le Bible of basketball.
I always tell people, I said, when the game of basketball wasn't created, it wasn't created for men or it wasn't created for women. It was created for basketball players.
It was created, and to start it all out in a peach basket, it had to be a pretty fruity game to start off with.
Oh, Doc Naismith.
As a Thomas up top. Look who's there providing some great defense. There's an awkward shot. And
nice
that could have been Thomas with a little touch of the back, but they let him play on with 43 ticks left. Trying to go to the hole, and now they're going to get number 32, Caleb James. Didn't move his feet to get into the spot and bumped the Garber Duke, and he picks up a foul. We're 1-1-Ville.
Yeah, they are, but you go in baseline, get your foot out of bounds. I mean, they created the boundaries for a reason. put your foot on the outside of it. If your foot's on the outside of it, he's going to either go out of bounds or you're going to force him back to where your help side is. Or he's going to run you over and you're going to get a charge.
So you're either getting there late or you're a touch slow or lazy to get there.
Well, a lot of times they want to play that block, let's just block the shot. As the first free throw drops to push that lead back to 10, I tell you.
After a few misses, 3 in a row at the line again for the Garber Dukes.
They were stuck at 37 for a while, missing a lot of shots. Sometimes that free throw line is going to be your friend. Right now, these last 4 have definitely been
friendly.
Good friends.
Friendly.
Good friends of the Dukes.
11-point lead as Van Ochten will come out and rest probably for the last 40 seconds of the third. You've got another player on the bench, Jake Denham, who's really had a big, long blow here in the third quarter and should be able to come out fresh and ready to rock in the fourth.
Well, I think the best thing that Coach Watts can do on that situation is you can sit your star player, the guy who's could be relied on in the fourth quarter as the game gets a little bit tighter. Bench is playing well, stepping their game up.
And we're going to get a foul on Schimmel.
It's a good call. He got there. It was a good double team. Everything was good, except you got to let go of the arm.
Yep, can't reach.
But, Denham's going to come back in the fourth quarter, and, if he can come in and give that little spark like he did to start the third quarter, you're starting to put the nail in there.
Mahar with great defense, making certain that not much is happening offensively. Thomas trying to dribble, penetrate, get that ball back. Shot off the mark. Great Spencer Mahar backside rebound. Trying to come back at the end of the third quarter. Dukes 41 and the Cavaliers 30. Back in a moment for the final quarter on Bay County TV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested transportation service. For over a decade, we have been helping our clients to get to their destination on time, in style, and comfort. AAA's services include non-emergency medical transport, wheelchair accessible, school transportation, and shuttle services. We strive to provide exceptional customer service and tailor our fleet to meet your individual needs. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. To set up your next appointment, give us a call at 989-893-8294.
Back on Bay County TV, ready to roll with the final 8 minutes. There he is, the athletic director extraordinaire, Mr. David Schwartz. We're always appreciative of his hospitality out here at Garber, as he's got to be pleased. Watched his girls make a big win in the first game, and the boys just have to finish now up 11.
I tell you what, you take him off the gridiron, and he is as calm and as passionate about every sport.
He had a little fire on the gridiron.
Amen to that.
Passion, we call it passion. And we had a little travel there by Jopic. As the Garber Dukes a little mixed up there on that first sequence and didn't have things in sync, but we'll see what they can do defensively. But Curry's going to go strong to the hole, and great body control as he's able to finish. A little token pressure here coming.
Well, that's the one thing we haven't seen a lot of, because we haven't seen a lot of made baskets by Carrollton.
Back up top, ball nearly stolen. Mahar back to Jopic. And we're going to have an offensive foul on Jopic.
He starts the second quarter off, or the fourth quarter off. 30 seconds in, 2 turnovers. 2 turnovers.
Not what you drew up.
No, and then now you give Carrollton a little bit of life. You know what taking a charge does? It vitalizes it, charges you up a little bit, no pun intended.
Well, we'll find out what the Dukes have got defensively. They're still up by 9. Williams back to Curry. Curry's trying to take this on his shoulders. Jopic is coming down the floor, does a nice job under control. Get it back to the floor, General, and set the show up. Yeah, Garber needs to take a little time off, and they need to get a great shot as they move that around back up top to Jopic. Denham back into the ball game also for the Garber Dukes. Spencer Mahar.
Don't need a 3, you just need a deep one.
That was a great look that time, but probably not what they're looking for. Trying to finish at the basket. Nice job is getting rid of that ball before he's dumped out. Spencer Mahar gets it down. Day at the other end. has a block. Joppich goes up, gets the loose change, kiss off the glass for the deuce. It's back to an 11-point Duke lead.
Tell you what, you want to make up for a turnover, you want to make up for an offensive foul. You foul a shot up by Benny Davis there. Benny got a little, again, was going for the contact, not the layup. Joppich finishes up, but Carrollton comes right back. Every layup Carrollton makes, every shot they make, it allows them to set up their little token defense.
But Spence Mahar is the kind of guy that can break that pressure. He's calm, cool, and collected under pressure. Tested for 3+ years on the varsity. And Joppich can't corral that ball in. It's another unforced turnover. What do we got here first? And all right, we got a timeout. I said you got 3 assistant coaches from Carrollton on the floor. 30-second timeout from Carrollton. We'll take a break and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
At Covenant Healthcare, we lead with the most advanced technology. We lead with the most experienced, comprehensive medical and surgical teams. We lead with partnerships to teach our future doctors, and with organizations who help us bring world-renowned care close to home. We lead because our patients are at the center of everything we do. Covenant Healthcare, extraordinary care for every generation.
Back on Bay County TV, as the timeout must have been called prior to the shot. So it's going to be Duke basketball.
Being kicked around over here for a while. I'll tell you what, it's a great timeout then.
Jacob Denham has the rebound off the miss. Lazy on the defense. No box out, and he says, thank you for the loose change. I'll kiss it off the glass for an easy deuce.
Well, talk about easy right there.
Boy, Williams with a little shake and bake gets that deuce to drop. And we come down the floor with a little 3-on-2 action. Take your time offensively. They don't need to rush. 5.5 left.
I'd like to see him get a little touch inside. Let's get a little post up inside.
Your wish is granted as the ball is slapped away by Jones Buckner. But that's exactly what you need once in a while. You need to make the defense aware that you can bring it down into the post.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you get a nice touch like that, you know, he didn't finish it, but if he comes in strong, maybe gets a foul, just does something to change it up a little bit, maybe get an and one. We see a lot of three-point shots being taken as the shot of choice here.
Yes, indeed. And the three-point shot, the old-fashioned way, is a beautiful shot.
Oh, it's one of our favorites.
That is the only way to go. McFarland skip passes that thing down. Van Octa with a pass underneath. Joppich with a nice little hole scoop with the lefty, but he couldn't get it to drop and finish. Down 9 with possession. Trying to go to the hole, and they're going to have a little hold up at the top of the paint, and that'll be an out-of-bounds situation for Carrollton. Crucial point in the ball game with 4:53.
No, I just said it's an important note right there. 6 fouls puts Carrollton into 1-1, so not both teams each way as a timeout's being called by the Carrollton 30 seconds.
They'll take a full timeout. We'll be back in just a moment on Bay County TV.
Dad, I'm home.
How was school today?
It was fine.
What'd you do today, Libby?
Well, I got some more, a lot more work to do in English.
Hey, Katie, could I borrow?
Jack, you have to knock first.
What are those?
Nothing, it's fine.
No, it's not.
No, seriously, it's nothing. I'm fine. Just, I need to trust that you won't tell Mom and Dad, okay? Can I trust you?
Okay.
Night, kiddo.
Good night. Hey, Dad?
Yeah.
Never mind.
All right. Night.
Trust that it's okay to say.
Welcome back on Bay County TV as we look at the brain trusts of the Garber Dukes over there. Coach Chris Watts really trying to orchestrate this 9-point lead, getting them through the last 4:53 of the ball game.
Well, you know, things he told us earlier was, talking about the games in the fourth quarter and how they were so close, getting into the last 4 or 5 minutes of each quarter, the fourth quarter of the games. This is going to be a big test for him. He's trying to keep those guys calm, but trying to figure out what lineup works best. Who needs to be on the floor, and those are things he's trying to figure out now to get ready for March.
Boy, and as you come out of a timeout and you turn that ball over, and boy, there was contact there with no call in the turnover. Curry's out of control. He still goes to the hole and finish. That's a tough deuce to give away for the Garber Dukes on a turnover.
Well, it goes back down to 7.
Nice job that time by Van Ochten. Jake Denham is getting an offensive foul. He used that off arm.
Tell you, the extension of the off arm, hey, you want to lower, you want to make the contact, just don't extend, because when you extend, the one thing the official sees is your arm fully extended. Now it's a 7-point lead with 4:26.
Crowd's getting into the game here right now. The Carrollton faithful are trying to bring their team back. Garber's just got to hold fast here, as they've still got a +7 with 4:15 left in the ball game.
Little zone look, little matchup zone.
Nice long-armed move that time by Volz, the freshman, and he was able to finish with a little underhanded scoop.
Slinky.
Jake Denham, much better job going to the hole. Didn't see it there, pulled it back out. McFarland was thinking 28 for a minute. He can get that shot anytime. You want to find a little better shot than that. Jake Denham trying to go up top. It's going to go strong against Curry. Halfway down, he can't get it to drop. At the other end of the floor, that's going to be offense.
Tell you what, you had 2 officials with their arms up. One was waiting for the other one to make the call.
Yep. And that's what he just looked at him and he gave him the quick nod, take the call. I think that was a pretty easy call as well.
I thought so, but we talked in the timeout earlier. Carrollton coach Cooper calls a timeout. We talked about how composed he was and he wasn't yelling. His team was down 11. We talked about needing to have a little bit of fire. Well, the team's within 5. Now you look at him, he's a little bit more animated, trying to inspire his guys a little bit more.
Boy, another turnover as Mahar again defensively just got there a split second too late. Don't look now, but it's a 3-point ball game. Coach Watts is going to take a timeout. Very well timed timeout right now. His kids are still in control. They got a chance to finish. We'll take a break and be back for the stretch. And what's a good one here on Bay County TV.
You treat your family with extraordinary care every day, which is why when it comes to their health, more of you choose Covenant Healthcare. We specialize in extraordinary care, from diagnosis to recovery, from babies to grandparents. Learn more about our extraordinary bariatrics program. Sign up for our free seminar.
As we look at the Carrollton Cavalier bench right now, they're on a little run to get back within 3. This possession for the Garber Dukes is the most important possession of the basketball game.
I'm wondering if Carrollton was going to come out with a little bit different press. It looks like they're going to do more of a little diamond press right now. They were more or less just kind of letting them maybe a 3/4 court diamond. Now they're moving it up a little bit. And
Jacob Denham with a soft kiss off the high glass. A huge basket for the Garber Dukes. Nice job by Denham to get that one down. And the ball slapped around on the ground. Spencer Mahar's taking it. You've got Jopic at the other end. He can't get it to drop. Oh, at point blank range. And the ball is tipped away. And it'll go back over to the Carrollton Cavaliers with 2:44 left.
Well, we talked about how important of a possession it was and whose hands was it in. It was in your leaders. The guy who sat the third quarter, got himself well rested, should be ready for the stretch run here.
And they're going to take a timeout after that 3. It's a 2-point ball game. The chess match is on. It's Bobby Fisherville right now taking a break. Back in just a moment on Bay County TV.
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be
the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Oh. And we're going to have a foul here, and that is going to go against Williams.
The tough call, you know. It's you're hustling, you're going both ways, and you just, again, a second too late. Jopic's going to head to the free throw line. 1-1 as that's only the 19th foul here in the second half for Carrollton.
This is still a huge free throw. Make that first one, your confidence just oozes for the second.
No more important than that. Every time trying to keep the game a two-possession game.
Nice rotation. Bend to the knees. Flick of the wrist. All Cotton on the delivery.
One more against a two-possession game. And why I'm talking about two-possession, make Carrollton have to make a decision. Play good defense. If they get a basket, if you're going to exchange baskets, you want to maintain that two-stroke lead. Well, one possession lead going into 2.5 left.
Watch for Curry because he wants to finish. He goes strong to the hole. He can't make it finish. Look at Spencer Mahar. Just decided the fast break wasn't there. Taking it easy. No shot there. Had the shot available. Great job that time slowing the offense down. Take a little time off of the clock. And they are going to send one of their better free throw shooters, McFarland, to the free throw line, who's going to get 2.
I tell you what, you know, watching Spencer play tonight, wouldn't be surprised if he asked the referee if I could shoot for 25. I'm just going to step back, you don't mind, sir. That's going to be the ever-important 10th team foul by Carrollton. Two free throws at this point.
These are 2 biggies in the ball game with 2:09 left in the ball game. Nice job by the officials to all get together. They all need to concur. Team foul 10, it's going to be 2.
You can see Paul even telling number 5 out there, hey, it's 10. It's okay, we're not off. Speaking of off, first free throw.
Double iron. He's got ice water in his veins here for number 2, though.
2 well-coached games. I've been pretty impressed with both the point and counter points, punch and counter punches by both teams.
So it's a 49-45 lead, approaching 2 minutes left in this ball game. Watch for them to try and get the ball to Curry. Jopic does a nice job underneath. Off of the miss. They're going to get that ball into the hands of Spencer Mahar. And now he's going to take it up over the timeline and just take his time. Underneath, Denham gets that thing knocked away. And down the floor, Curry tips that ball back into the hands of Jones Buckner. And just like that, it's a 2-point game.
Big basket right now for the Dukes. They're going to need a big possession. They're going to need a big basket. Thing is, let's see what Carrollton's doing. Are they trying to trap? Are they going to foul right away? Are they going to try and extend the game longer than it has to be? There's no shot clock.
Look at Jake Denham coming out going, I don't think Curry's going to come out and see me 30 feet from the basket. So they're going to take their time right now. They're looking for a little backdoor cut for an easy deuce right now. And I love this because you're forcing Carrollton to play defense. And we're going to have a foul right now. The Dukes have had opportunities to get to the free throw line. This is where they've got to finish the game.
I tell you what, you want the ball. When he's running the triangle right there, the 3 best free throw shooters on the court are going to be running the triangle. 2 guys that aren't shooting the ball as well or as confidently, they're going to try and keep them. They're the ones that are going to look the back door for a layup. I would take my chances with Mahar, with McFarland, with Denham at the free throw line, as is Coach Watts.
$1:02 left in the game. Kind of a hush into the gym and off the front iron for Spencer Mahar. Boy, the Garber team is around 50% in this game at the free throw line. That can't make Coach happy.
No, and you're going to be in a situation, no matter what they do, it's going to be a key point of interest on Sunday at practice.
They got to get back quick on defense, so they're set up right now. You know Curry, the offense is going to roll through him offensively, so you got to know where he's at. Jake Denham falls down. Shot goes off the iron. It's going to be a 2-shot foul. Boy, that's a couple times the Dukes have just blown a tire here in this fourth quarter.
And the problem with it is when you're running a sagging man and you've got your help in that position, the problem with it is if they make it such an explosive move and you lose possession or lose position, your sag isn't there. So then you end up in a situation where now you got a guy having to commit a foul. So then I pose this question to Jameson Van Octon. If you're going to foul him, don't let him get a chance for an and one. It's got to be a foul. We'll go for the ball, of course, but I mean, it's foul him.
Boy, the freshman got to the free throw line, and Volts was way long on that first attempt. Makes a nice adjustment, gets a triple iron, can't get it to drop. And Jake Denham is going to bring that ball down over the timeline right now. He's hit from behind. That ball's down on the floor, comes back into the hands, and you're going to have to give it up. As they fight now for the loose change, we're going to have a Spencer Mahar foul, and that is going to spend Jones Buckner to the free throw line, and he's going to shoot 2 because that's team foul number 10.
Well, we're going to look a little 1-and-1. It'd be the 9th team foul, which is important as you put the Jinx at the free throw line and see if he can come through with a big, tough 1-and-1.
There could be a lid on that basket right now on the free throws.
Well, I'll tell you what, he took it off.
I like the trajectory on that shot. Nice high soft shot. You get that front iron, a lot of times you're going to get that forward roll.
I think Volts told him after the last 2 he missed, hey, just a little softer, a little softer.
Second free throw from Jones Buckner. He takes 5 dribbles, lets it fly, but softly through the cotton.
You got to be careful of all your passes. No soft ones, no cross-court ones.
As they try and go the other way, it's a 1-point lead. The Dukes are going to have a chance to make the last play of the game. Jopic goes to the hole, has that ball slapped away, and that's all right. With 14.7 seconds left, you're down under your own basket. You can run your best play right now and score a deuce and win this game.
Yeah, we're going to call a timeout. We're going to bring our guys over.
Boy, and I'm going to tell you what, to see the Carrollton players trying to excite the crowd from Garber, I don't like that.
Well, he caught the attention of one Paul Sevilla, and he just had a nice little conversation with him. And I tell you, the one thing that as a coach you tell your players, hey, don't upset the officials. There's a loose ball, go grab the loose ball for them.
Yep.
They make a call, great call, sir.
Yep.
Even they need a little encouragement at times, you know. It's okay, Mr. Fisher, you're going to make one right. You're going to get a right call.
All right, we're inside the huddle right now. Who takes the last shot? I say Jake Denham.
I tell you what, I think I would like to see them go for a quick out-of-bounds play. If they can get a backdoor, if they can get a screen-to-screener type action, I would like to see Denham go up for the basket. Now, on top of that, if we don't make the shot, we have a chance to foul. We know Carrollton hasn't made a lot of free throws. Maybe get a chance to extend the game a little longer, but I would go out of the out-of-bounds play. You got everything where you want it. You got it underneath your basket. You know, and you got one of the top flyers, and he's actually going to take the ball out of bounds. So, you know, the most dangerous player taking the ball is going to be the guy taking the ball out of bounds on the baseline out of bounds. Look for a screen-to-screener and then some action for Jacob coming out.
This is what you call fun. They get the ball back up top. Jopic gets it to Mahar. Mahar dribble penetrates. Jake Denham for the long 3-ball! Tickles the twine! With 4.2 seconds left, Carrollton calls a timeout as the Dukes take the lead. Jake Denham, ice water in his veins from 26, said, take that!
I tell you what, we talked about who you want taking the shot. I was thinking out of bounds. Who's the most dangerous person on the floor? Now, here's the question. They gave him the timeout ahead of time because I tell you what, here's what happened. Curry's on the baseline, steps on the boundary. Steve Linton, the official, calls the violation, unbeknownst because of the crowd volume, that there was our timeout administered at half court.
So we'll see what they've got now. I did not see that.
Well, I guess we're going to go back to the video replay. Maybe we'll extend this game one way or another.
Boy, I'm going to tell you what. When Jake Denham let that shot go, he started to backpedal. He knew when that left his hands, that thing was dead on.
I tell you what, great to see the senior step his game up. He's had a great game. Started with the dunk, had a couple nice offensive putbacks, playing well defensively, being long, being strong, being a great leader out there. And again, Coach Watts is looking for a moment. Is that the moment that's going to turn their season around in these close games?
With 4.2 seconds left, Carrollton's got to bring the ball the length of the floor too, so it's going to take them about 2.5 seconds to even get the ball in a position to make an offensive play.
So you wonder right here, see, they're not putting anybody on the ball, so they're going to allow him to run the baseline. He can run the baseline. That's the first thing. First thing they're going to tell the guy administering the ball, you can run the baseline. Again, are they going to throw it to Curry and try and get some momentum with Volts coming through? Are they going to try and do a little, I call it the wheel, are they going to try and get a little wheel action going there? I'd put somebody up there. You want to make them touch the ball well before there.
He puts up a shot at the buzzer, and it's no good. That's all there is, and there isn't any more. The final score in the ball game. The Carrollton Cavaliers may have excited the crowd just a little bit too much. They couldn't finish. We'll be back with what should be a great post-game show in just a moment, right here on Bay County TV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back with the post-game show, Jeff Toad and TJ Newsham. First half, the word was tempo. Second half, the word was finished. I think Garber's 2 for 2.
I tell you what, Coach Watts is going to look back and he's just going to smile. You know what? +1, +2 at the end of a game is all you want to be in this type of situation.
They have arrived. This is not just a victory, this is a statement victory.
They needed it. You know, we talked about the close games that they lost. We talked about the situations that they were in and how they were ahead. They watched the lead go away. They're down now with 15 seconds left. You know, how are they going to react? You know, are they going to put their heads down? Are they going to finger point? Are they going to blame? When they come out of the timeout, Jacob Dennis says, just give me the ball. It's my senior year. This is not going to keep happening. Somebody's got to step up. He stepped up. Tremendous shot, tremendous poise. And you want to know what? With that was the finish.
How much does a win like this do for the confidence of your ball club?
You got to take it in waves. You want to be excited for the players. You want to hope that they are kind of overcoming that edge, maybe push them over the edge. But you don't want to make too much out of a game on January 11th. You know, it's going to be a game. It's a win. It's great to be in the win column. You know, but what can we take from this game, good and bad, strengths and weaknesses, to advance ourselves, again, working on that building block, trying to make sure that we continue to improve. Let's put this team away. Our next step is going to be, let's not be in a 4-point game or 1-point game, a 2-point game in the fourth quarter. When we're up 11, let's figure out what the next step is for us to take as a team.
You're scaring me, Coach, because now that was going to be my next point. With better free throw shooting down the stretch, it may not have come down to this last shot in the ball game.
No, we took a look. I mean, we talked about a couple of turnovers that they were having, you know, especially in situations where you need to at least have a shot attempt. You want to have a shot attempt. A couple turnovers, an offensive foul, which is a turnover, a couple missed layups. A lot of things were just kind of, you know, for lack of better terms, were just kind of domino affecting. And, you know, as a player, more so than as coach. As a coach, you understand the ebb and the flows of the game. But as a player, you're like, gosh, again? You know, and so they were able to, like I said, point, counter punch, take it. They were able to finish, and hopefully they're able to build off of this, not just for the win part of it, but for how they had to maintain and realize that, you know, like I said, make those free throws. You know, the game's a 12-point game.
Another great thing tonight, I loved what Garber was able to do out of Coach Watts' timeouts tonight.
Oh, you know, I watch it specifically just as a coach. I'm always trying to figure out what you're going to do. The chess match that we're talking about. Every time you come out of a timeout, you got to remember the other coach is drawing something up too. So if you're able to, even if it's one possession, we're gonna run this for one possession. Carrollton had extended the diamond press, versus three-quarter court. They went all the way full court. It didn't result in a steal initially, but just that quick look, it could have created a turnover. And if it creates a turnover, you drop back. Garber calls a quick timeout. They're trying now to go against the full court. What are we going to do? How are we going to run our press break? So, that's exciting for me. The out-of-bounds play, I know what they were looking for. They set the screens for the backdoor cut. They were able to get the ball in bounds, and we talked about always the important person, the one important person that you got to make sure you follow is the guy taking the ball out of bounds. They lost him. I mean, Jacob not only caught the ball at the Sunrise Family Credit Union logo, there wasn't a Carrollton defender within 5-7 feet. So you can't lose sight of that guy, even though the ball comes in. There's 14 seconds. You got to maintain that poise and that defensive positioning if you want to maintain a chance to win the game.
Jam-packed house tonight, too. I don't think anybody leaves disappointed, especially if you're a Garber Duke, the way this one finished.
Yeah, Carrollton fans are, for 13 seconds, they were on top of the world. They watched their team struggle early. Actually, let me take that back. They watched their team do well early, then struggle, not scoring some points, missing, leaving some points on the board, take the lead, make that big comeback in the fourth quarter, and then, watch a 22-footer go.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. It's a jubilant locker room. Yes, it is only one victory. It is a great, big, huge victory for the Garber Dukes and a huge stepping stone. It'll be real interesting, Coach, to see what Garber does from this game on, as this was a coming-out party, I think.
Well, going into their conference is always tough. Frankenmuth, Millington, now Carrollton being a conference rival. There's going to be no easy games. And so if you can build a little bit of momentum each game moving forward, and compete, hopefully for a Tri-Valley championship. Now is the time. So great first win here for the Dukes. It's not the first win of the new year, but actually, let me take that back. It is the first win of the new year.
Well, the first of many. It's a lot of fun, Coach. It's been a pleasure having you step in as Gwiz is home getting his knee repaired and from his total knee, but it's always a pleasure to stand by your side.
I appreciate the opportunity. Wishing Gwiz a safe and blessed recovery. And take your time. Take your time. I'm just getting this now.
On behalf of the whole crew, again, I'm Jeff Doan along with TJ Newsham, Jared and Natalie Doan on the cameras, and Nick Page producing and directing. Have a great night. We'll look forward to talking with you soon.